my channel. Thanks for joining me today for my first cook with me. Today I'm going to be making cauliflower shrimp fried rice. Stay tuned. The first thing I'm going to do is peel my 2 pounds of shrimp. They are deveined already, so you just have to take the shell off. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that real quick. They're really easy to peel, and then I just rinse them all off once they're all shelled, just to make sure there's nothing stuck on them still. And I believe these are 1620 shrimp, but I'll double check on the wrapper once I'm done peeling them for you guys. And I usually get my shrimp from Kroger, Costco, or Sam's Club. It just really depends who's got what on sale that week when we go grocery shopping. Shrimp is a staple food in our house. Well, for me anyways. Antoine is a vegan right now and he's not eating meat. So it's just me eating meat. So this he won't eat. I'll make him his own side without shrimp in it and without egg. So he's basically just having fried rice with vegetables. But that's what he wants to do right now. So that's what he's gonna do. But I eat more seafood than I actually do chicken. My favorite is langostinos, and I get those from Costco. And I'll insert a picture here of them, and they're great. I've got lots of recipes on my JenniferB cooking Instagram page you guys can check out, and I'm sure I'll upload a lot of them here because I get a lot of requests of what to do with them. They're great with anything: seafood, vegetables, pasta, vegetables. I have a langostino cheese dip that's amazing with like a nice crusty bread. So I'll be sharing a lot of that stuff on the channel. And then as always, you guys can comment below if there's something in particular you would like me to make. Or if you have ideas for other content on my channel. I am a former extreme couponer. I say former just because of, you know, the whole pandemic and stuff. I just really lost my interest in it really, and found a lot of other things that I like to do a lot more instead. Home projects, gardening. If you follow me on Instagram, you've seen all of my projects over the pandemic, and I have a hashtag. And you can click on that, and there's like 6 or 7 months full of projects that I've done instead of couponing. So couponing does take up a lot of time. It is a lot of fun, and you can get great deals and make money, and you know, it's great. But again, like I said, it takes a lot of time, and there's just a lot of other things that I would like to do instead. This YouTube being one of them. So I'm gonna concentrate on this for a while, and we'll see where that takes us. So I have all of the shrimp peeled right here. I've got one left. And then I'll just stick all of the shrimp back in the bowl and rinse them off real quick. And then I'll just lay them between 2 paper towels just to get them a little dry before we put them in the pan and saute them up with some butter and garlic. So there's that right there, and I'll rinse those up and I'll be right back. So now I have the shrimp all peeled and rinsed off, and I'm just gonna put them on a paper towel real quick just to pat them dry a little bit before we go and cook them. So just use 2 pieces of paper towel on the bottom. Oh, we missed a shell there. That's all right. I caught it before it went in the pan. So I've got the shrimp right there. I'm just gonna cover it with another paper towel and just pat dry. So I've got a bulb of garlic here, and we're gonna use 6 or 7 cloves. It just depends on how big they are. We love garlic in my household, so I'm never afraid to use a lot of it. So I'm just gonna get these big ones, and these are actually pretty large. So I think we're just gonna do 4. See how big these are? These are huge. So I'm just gonna chop off the ends there and peel this real quick. And I like to use a lot of different options to mince my garlic or to chop it up. Just depends on what kind of texture I'm going for. Usually I like to microplane it. I got that one there. Cut this off. And I should have grabbed a cutting board, but that's okay. And peel this off here. Doesn't help that I don't really have any nails, but we get it done. I usually buy the bagged garlic from Costco or Sam's Club that's already peeled. So it's super easy to use, but I watched a YouTube video about that stuff and it's really gross. You can go and search it. It's not good for you. So I wouldn't recommend using it anymore. All right, so I'm gonna peel this one off here too. And we've got one more, and yeah, these are really big pieces. Got that one there. And then our last one here, just gonna cut off the end and peel it. And then these microplanes here are from Amazon, and I don't know if this same set is still available, so I'll link one that's comparable in the description. There's always my Amazon store, and you can order anything that I show. So then we're gonna just take the microplane, and it's smooth, so you're not really gonna hurt yourself if you grate it against here. And we're just gonna microplane it. And I missed a little bit of the shell there. Gotta get used to cooking on camera. This is new. Alright, so let's try it again. Just go ahead and microplane it. Oh, I love the smell of fresh garlic. It smells so good. And you can get all the way down to the very, very bottom. There we go. And then this is what you have. I'm just gonna put it on the plate here, and then I'm gonna keep doing these. There we go. Woo! There we go. And then we've got one left, and there's a little bit of skin still left on this guy. Go. And I know there's lots of different ways you can get the finished product of minced garlic. Just do whatever you like. I love cooking, so it's never a job when I'm in the kitchen, so it taking a while, it's okay with me. I don't need a shortcut. There we go. And we got all of our garlic there. And we're ready to cook our shrimp. So then I'm going to use my Copper Chef wok here that I got from Sam's Club a couple years ago. And we're going to toss in 2 tablespoons of butter. And we're just going to let that melt. And I have it on 7-8 on the stove. And then we're going to just let this melt down. So once the butter is nice and melted, We're gonna grab our bowl of shrimp and toss that in there. And then I'm gonna season it with just a little bit of salt and pepper. And you can always add more later, so don't go too crazy. And just a little bit of salt, because there is going to be salt in the amino, the cocoa aminos that we're using instead of soy sauce. The liquid aminos. So we're just gonna cook these. And you see how fast they already turn pink. So you don't want to overcook shrimp because they're gonna taste rubbery. And a lot of people that say they don't like shrimp is because they're overcooked. So we're just gonna wait till they turn about halfway pink. And I could just eat this whole pan of shrimp with butter and garlic with some nice crusty bread. I don't even need the cauliflower fried rice. So we've got them about half pink. And now we're going to add in the garlic that we minced. I'm just gonna put that in there and it's just gonna melt all over the shrimp. And you just wanna keep mixing it up. And just let them finish cooking. You don't want to add the garlic in the beginning because you'll burn it, and burnt garlic does not taste good. In another minute or so, and these will be done. And now they're fully cooked. They're just a little lightly browned. And they smell so good. It's not focusing. Alright, and we're going to turn these off. And then I'm just going to put them in another bowl so we can do the cauliflower fried rice in this pan, and we'll mix everything together. We've got our cauliflower here. I went ahead and washed it off, and I'm just gonna cut off the bottom here. We don't need this part. And usually I just use the bags of cauliflower rice that I just cook in the microwave, but I wanted to do everything from scratch. So we got that all off here. I'm just gonna cut this down. And it's going to go right into the food processor. So we just need to cut it into chunks that will fit through the tube. I think we're good there. And I'll get the food processor out, and we'll go ahead and grate this up. processor here, and we're just going to run it through and grate it. It's got the grating plate on. I'm just going to put the lid on, and then I'm going to turn it on. A food processor like this, you can use a hand grater. It's just a lot more work. So we're going to open this up here and pull off the top. And then we've got our nice riced cauliflower. So now we have our rice cauliflower. Beautiful. And we're going to go ahead and steam it on the stove for 5 to 8 minutes, and then we'll add some butter and fry it up and add all of our ingredients. So I've got the pan on about 7. I'm going to add in a 1/4 cup of water, and we're going to dump in the cauliflower rice. There we go. And then I'm going to add the lid on it, and we're just going to let it cook for 5 to 8 minutes. Mix it up in between. So then after 2 or 3 minutes, you're going to lift up the lid just to check on it. It's coming along. You can see all the water has been absorbed. And we're just going to let it go a couple more minutes. It's really easy to make rice cauliflower yourself. So then after about 8 minutes, you're going to come and check it. And it is done. You can taste it if you want, but I know it's done. And then we're going to add to this 4 tablespoons of butter. Just put it right in the middle, and then turn the heat up to high. And you're going to want to fry this now. Don't put the lid back on because it's going to create a lot of steam, and you don't want it to get soggy. We're just going to melt that butter in there and fry this up. And then once that butter is all melted in there, I think it's pretty much melted, you're just going to let it fry on high for 2 to 3 minutes. Just watch it. And this is why, to me, the cauliflower rice tastes just like regular rice, because you fry it, you treat it the same as you would regular rice. You season it up and you use the butter and salt and pepper. We'll season that in a second here. we're going to add in a little bit of black pepper. And a little bit of salt. And then just let it go for another minute or two. You'll be able to tell when you're cooking it. You're just really trying to like get all the moisture out of it and fry it up. Alright, so I think that's actually really good. And now we're going to cook the scrambled eggs. So we're going to use, I have 2, 4, 6 eggs here, and we're just going to scramble them up. The eggs are the favorite part of this dish for me, so the more eggs, the better. I got 2, 3, 4. And then we're just going to scramble them up. And then we're just going to cook them on the stove like you're making scrambled eggs. And a skillet, just could spray with a little bit of non-stick spray. Wait till it gets nice and hot and pour your eggs in. And you're just going to cook them as if you were cooking scrambled eggs. Go over here. And if you look at our cauliflower fried rice here, you can see all the crispy pieces on it, just like if it was actual fried rice. That's perfect. So we're scrambling our eggs. And everybody's made scrambled eggs before, so you know when they're done. When there's no more runny, we'll turn the pan off. There we go, and that's done, and the pan is off. And next we're going to cut up the green onions to go in, and we'll mix everything together. So I have 2 bunches of green onions here. I chopped off the top, and they're washed. And we're just going to go ahead and slice them up. And I always go into the white a little bit because it has a different flavor than the rest of the green onion. To about there. And there we go. Now we're ready to mix everything together. So we've got the green onions and then the steamed vegetables and our seasoning, our liquid aminos, and we're going to go ahead and mix everything together. I lost my cameraman, so I'm going to try to do this with one hand. So we're going to take the scrambled eggs here, and we're just going to dump it right into the cauliflower fried rice. Put that aside, and I will grab the mixed veggies, and I'm only going to do half of them because half of it is going to be for Antoine's, and he actually doesn't want cauliflower rice. He wants regular fried rice, so he'll get that. And then we're going to add in all of the shrimp I actually decided to do, because since he's not doing cauliflower fried rice, I have a lot of shrimp left over. So I'm just going to put in all the shrimp. There we go. And then I'm going to turn the heat back on to medium-high. And I'm going to grab the green onions. Alright, so I'm going to put in half of the green onions in here, and then the other half will be for Antoine's fried rice. Oh, it looks so good already. And now we're just going to mix it up. Let me see how I can do this real quick. Let me grab this over here. And again, it's on medium heat. I'm just going to get it all nice and mixed together. And everything's all cooked. It's just sometimes the mixed vegetables have a little bit of moisture in it, and I don't want it to get soggy. So if you turn the heat back on, it'll cook the rest of the moisture out. So I have the liquid aminos here. I don't really use measurements, so I know I have to work on that. But just kind of eyeball it. When you cook a lot, you kind of just know, how much is enough. And you know what kind of taste that you like. So I'm just gonna put it on. And you can always add more later. You don't want to over season it. So there we go. I'm gonna grab the spatula here and mix it back up. And I can always tell by the color of it if it needs more or if it's pretty good to go. And this actually looks pretty good to go. There we go. So there we have cauliflower shrimp fried rice. And we'll plate up some and we'll give it a try.